Hello students, today we will start new chapter Simple Machine. First, what is machine? A machine is a device by which we can either overcome a large resistive force at some point by applying a small force or effort at a convenient point and in the desired direction, or by which we can obtain a gain in speed. Now, functions and uses of simple machine. First, as a force multiplier. For example, a hydraulic jack is used to lift a car, a bar is used to lift a heavy stone, an inclined plane is used to transfer a load from a lower level to higher level, a single movable pulley is used to lift a heavy load. In all these examples, the effort is less than the load. So, simple machines can be used as a force multiplier. Next, in changing the point of application of effort. For example, the wheel of a cycle is rotated with the help of a chain by applying the force on the pedal. Thus, the effort is applied on the pedal instead of applying it on the wheel. So, by the help of machine, we can change the point of application of effort. Now, third point is in changing the direction of effort. For example, a single fixed pulley is used to lift a bucket full of water from a well by applying an effort in downward direction instead of applying it upward direction when the bucket is lifted up without the use of pulley. Now, fourth is a speed multiplier. For example, when a pair of scissors is used to cut the cloth, its blades move longer on cloth while its handle is move a little. Here the effort is more than load. So we can use machine as for obtaining a gain in speed. That is a greater movement of load by a smaller movement of effort. Now, some technical terms related to a machine. First is load. The resistive or opposing force to be overcome by a machine is called load. Next, effort. The force applied on the machine is known as effort. It is denoted by capital E, and since it is force, so it is measured in Newton in SI system, and CGS in CGS it is measured in Dang. Third, work input. The work done on the machine by the effort is known as work input. As we know, work is defined as force into displacement. So here we can write as work input, force applied, and force applied is known as effort, into displacement of point of application of effort. Now, fourth is work output, and work output is defined as the work done by the machine on the load And as we know, work is defined as the product of force into displacement. So we can write in formula work output equals to force means work done at the load point means load into displacement of point of application of load. Now next is mechanical advantage. In short, it is also written as MA. The ratio of load to effort is called the mechanical advantage. So we can write here MA equals to load upon effort, or in symbolic form capital L upon capital E. In a machine used to overcome a certain load, if the effort needed is less than the load, the machine is said to have mechanical advantage greater than 1. While if it needs an effort greater than the load, it is said to have mechanical advantage less than 1. But if load and effort both are equal, then mechanical advantage will be equal to 1. Now next term is and has, and here since load and effort both are the force, both are measured in Newton, so mechanical advantage will have no unit. So it is unitless. Now next, velocity ratio, and it is written in symbolic form VR. Now the ratio of velocity of effort to velocity of load is called the velocity ratio of machine. So we can write here velocity ratio is velocity of effort upon velocity of load. If suppose dl is the displacement of load and dE is the displacement of effort in same time t, then we can write, as we know the velocity is defined as displacement upon time, so here we can write velocity of effort will be displacement of effort upon time t, and similarly velocity of load can be written as displacement of load upon time t. So here velocity ratio will be dE by t upon dl by t. By solving we get in simple form VR equals to dE upon dl, means velocity ratio may also be written in term of displacement of effort and load. So this is the another formula of velocity ratio in term of displacement. Thus we can say velocity ratio is also defined as the ratio of displacement of effort to the displacement of load. Since here numerator and denominator both are displacement, so velocity ratio has no unit, just like mechanical advantage. Now next, efficiency. In symbolic form, it is written as neta. And efficiency of machine is the ratio of useful work done by machine to the work put into the machine by the effort, or we can say output upon input. So we can write here efficiency eta equals to work output upon work input. As we know, work output equals to Load into displacement of load means capital L load into displacement of load, and work input can be written as effort into displacement of effort means capital E effort into displacement of effort. So we can write neta equals to load into displacement of load upon effort into displacement of effort. This term can also be written as simply L by E into dL upon dE. And similarly we can also write here L by E means load upon effort into 1 upon dE upon dL. Why are we writing this term like this? Because as we know, mechanical advantage is L by E load by effort, and velocity ratio is displacement of effort upon displacement of load. So we can put the value of mechanical advantage and velocity ratio in the expression of neta. So neta become, since L by E is mechanical advantage, so we can put here MA into 1 by displacement of effort upon displacement of load means VR. So here we get neta equals to mechanical advantage upon velocity ratio. So this is the formula of efficiency in term of mechanical advantage and velocity ratio. Now next is ideal machine. An ideal machine is that in which there is no dissipation of energy in any manner. The work output is equal to the work input, that is the efficiency of an ideal machine is 100%. In practice, however, no machine is ideal or 100% efficient for the following reason. Why? Because first, the moving parts in it are not perfectly smooth. Means they are not frictionless. Second, the string, if there is any string in the machine, then it is not perfectly elastic. Third, the moving parts are not weightless. Due to above factors, there is always some loss of energy in the machine. Thus, the output energy from the machine is always less than the input energy. No machine is 100% efficient. Or if the machine is ideal, if we say we are saying that machine is ideal, then output work will be equal to the input work. So in this case, efficiency means neta will be 1 and mechanical advantage will be numerically equal to the velocity ratio, because as we know, neta equals to mechanical advantage upon velocity ratio. So in case of ideal machine, because since neta will be 1, so mechanical advantage will also be equal to velocity ratio. But an ideal machine is not realizable in practice. In actual practice, the mechanical advantage for all the practical machines is always less than its velocity ratio. In actual practice, mechanical advantage will be less than the velocity ratio, or we can say the output work is always less than the input work. So the efficiency is less than 1 due to the energy loss in friction. So student, in next class we will discuss about levers. First and their type: first class, second class and third class lever. Then the different type of machines: pulley, inclined plane, wedge. Okay, thank you.